Hello. We're back. How's that for an entrance? Got to make sure everything's working here. Hello. We're back. How's that for an entrance? Hi, everybody. Let me know in the chat box that you can see me and hear me. Beautiful. There we go. Awesome. And sure everything's working here. Great. That's great. Okay, we're good there. We're good there. So, little bit of news tonight. Kind of a unplanned show tonight. How's that for leading you off with what you should expect tonight? We had a guest planned, and we're going to do our Homestead live from the barn with the Pioneer Show. And my guest got sick. That happens. People get sick. Not COVID. Don't worry. And I don't think you can transmit COVID through a live stream yet. So we'll see about that. But they couldn't do the show tonight. So instead of doing a live stream over at our website with Homesteady Pioneers, some of you are still watching from the Live from the Barn show. If you read what this video was called a little while ago, you realize now it's a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit of an update, just a quick little live stream to tell you we're back. The camel train sold out again. I announced we'll talk about that. We'll talk about our plans for the channel, upcoming things, and we're going to share a little sneak peek, a little bit of news of what's coming. There are some huge, I like, you think you take a 2-week break off. What's going to happen on a farm in 2 weeks? Huge. There's some huge changes coming in. I'm going to talk a little bit tonight, and then this coming week videos are going to start coming out again, and you're going to see what's happening. So I thought it'd be a good chance to say hi to everybody, let you know. We were starting to get the emails, which I love. We were starting to get the emails. Ost, where are you? Are you alive? You still making videos? Did you quit YouTube after the camel train? So no, we're here. We're still alive. We didn't quit. And this week you'll start to see our vlogs come back. Tomorrow we're going to be filming our update vlog, which will tell you everything that I don't tell you in tonight's video. So first off, just thank you for joining me. I can see in the chat box we have lots of people saying hello. Our good friends Kuhn and Jane are watching all the way from Suriname. You've seen them on the channel before. Hi guys. We have Southern PA. We have North Wales. Who else? Where else? Australia, California, Maine, Canada. Thank you all for joining us tonight for this quick little impromptu chat. And if you have any questions, fire them off in the chat box because I have no show really planned. I'd be happy to answer a couple questions while we're sitting here. We set up and I was like, you know what? I set up to do a show. The camera's ready. The computer's ready. Everything's ready. No sense in not doing some show because everybody, well, a few people who emailed missed us. So first I wanted to just say thank you to everybody for watching the camel train, the daily videos. Thank you for supporting the camel train. It was so nice to take 2 weeks off of YouTube. When you do a daily vlog, there's a phrase that Kay and I use a lot in our life. It's called, what we say is build your beach. And we have explained this before in the podcast. But basically, the saying build your beach actually comes from a real saying that real people say. And I have kind of wrongly mishmashed it into build your beach. And the saying is, if you build your house on the beach, don't complain about the waves. So you can build your house wherever you want. You pick the beach, you get the waves, so don't complain about it. Build your beach is what I say now, meaning, hey, just build your beach. Build what you want with your life. So I love making videos. I love doing YouTube. I love doing podcasts. But doing it every single day is a bit of a grind. You have to be constantly on with that camera, on with the edits. The plus side of doing the daily vlog is I learned how to edit a video. I've been editing for years since I was in high school. I learned how to speed up that process so quickly. It used to take me 3 hours to edit a vlog. I can now edit a vlog one cut in an hour. Super fast. So that was a plus side. I learned a few new tricks. I can edit a vlog at fast forward time now. So that's fun because you're like, hey, everybody, today we're going to go show you the cows. Let's go get started. Ding, 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 ding. It takes a little getting used to, but I learned how to edit and fast forward. So that was fun. Anyway, for our 2-week break period, the first week was kind of just my detox week. Turned off the computer and left the phone in my office as much as possible and just didn't film anything except for one thing, which I'll talk about one of our sneak peeks of what's coming. So I only filmed 1 or 2 things in that 2-week period. The first week was kind of just take some time off. And then the second week I actually started filming again, and we have some footage from the second week, which was last week. We have been getting some huge projects that we have been waiting on doing during our camel train rolling. So let's talk a little bit about some upcoming projects that you're going to see here on the channel in the upcoming weeks. The first one I was talking about way back at the beginning of the camel train. And if you're new and you're wondering what I'm talking about, the camel train, we did 100 days, 100 videos. We called it the Homestead Camel Train. My camel train t-shirt right here. We did a daily video sponsored by 100 incredible people out there who came in and sponsored one video, which helped us to start our camel dairy operation up and running. So that was an awesome experience. At the beginning of the camel train, I was starting to work on a big high tensile fencing project. We have been moving animals through our fields since way back in Connecticut. We had started moving the cows and other animals through the fields and through the grass. When we moved here to Pennsylvania, we now are in charge of a very large 400 yards long ways and about 300 width field here, and then there's another one on the property up a little bit higher. This is the one that we are able to work, and right now we have been running just cows through that field. Our dairy cows in general are usually a little bit easier to work with than a beef cow. Just by the nature, a dairy cow is worked twice a day. They go into the barn, they get milked, they leave, they go through that routine. It's a very frequent, steady routine. So dairy cows are usually easier to handle. Beef cows, especially if they're out for a while in one area and they're not moved frequently, they don't have as much interaction with people. Our dairy cows are mini Jersey, so not only are they coming in and being milked, but they're smaller animals, especially the calves are quite small. The kids can be around them, we can be around them. One of the reasons we got into mini Jerseys was they were just a little less scary to be around for new cow people. And so we have been moving our mini Jerseys through this field with one single strand of high tensile. And don't forget to use, we got pictures on Instagram there. I got my my team in the AV room. Share some pictures while we're talking so everybody doesn't have to just stare at my face the whole time. So we've been moving our cows through the field. That's an interesting pic. That is a horrible spider the size of a quarter that was in my shoe. And now there's music playing. All right, hold the phone. I got to go see why there's music playing, and pretty sure it's one of our videos. I start the music on my computer. Did that stop it? I have no idea where this music's coming from. Hold the phone, everybody. We'll be right back. Okay. Well, that was fun. Not sure what happened there. We were just listening to some music. It was camel train music. One of my videos I was editing. Somebody said, at least it's good music. Glad you enjoyed it there, Wyatt. That was fun. Not sure what was going on. Anyways, we're back. There's no strange random music playing. And yeah, okay. So, sorry about that. What is... There we go. Now I see it playing in my iTunes. Let's quit iTunes. Okay. So, this is one of those nights. So I was telling you about our high tensile project. We have been moving the cows around the field, one single strand of high tensile. They're heavily handled cows. They respect the one single strand of, not high tensile, sorry, one single strand of stepping post and twine. If one of them has kind of broke out of that, they kind of come back anyway. They don't want to be afraid from, or they don't want to be separate from the herd. They're afraid to be alone, so they come back in. I would not put the bulk of the animals we have on the homestead out in the field with just one single strand of stepping posts and twine with no perimeter fencing. If an animal gets out and all you have is stepping posts and twine, and it gets out of that, there's no perimeter fencing, it can just be gone forever. That can happen. And we value our animals and we want to keep them here on the homestead, so we try to avoid animals disappearing into the Netherlands as minimal as possible. So we have been only putting cows out in the pasture, but we have a ton of pasture out there, a ton of space for them to move around. The cows can't keep up with it. There's so much grass out there growing, so much pasture growing. And we could have a lot more animals up there. So we are going to be building some high tensile fencing. We're going to be putting that up in the field, doing a perimeter of the high tensile. And we're going to be able to then get some animals up in the field and move them throughout the field in addition to our cows. We have plans on getting some sheep up there, some pigs up there, and some chickens. So stay tuned. That's one of the big projects that you're going to start to see the ball rolling on. Another, all right, let's see. I just got a question to see if there's anybody modding. If anybody be willing to be a mod, that's always a good idea. Let's let me know in the chat box so we can put a mod up. This is why I rarely do live streams on YouTube anymore, because it just gets to be like, yeah. Anyways, so next thing we wanted to discuss. There's another. Let's see. Chicken tractors. That's another thing I want to talk about tonight. Chicken tractors. We have been using the John Siskovich chicken tractors now for, let's see, it's been almost 4 weeks we've had them out in the pasture. And I have to say, I am a big fan of our new chicken tractors. We were able to we had 80 birds out and 15 rabbits. I want to say 15 rabbits we had out with them too. We had 15 rabbits in the chicken tractor number 1, and then we had 80 Cornish crosses in 2. We wound up making 3 John Siskovich chicken tractors, and they have been doing fantastic. Is that a knock for me? No. Okay. I thought somebody was knocking on the door. Chicken tractors have been doing great. The rabbit tractor, you saw us during the camel train. We were doing a little bit of work with the rabbit tractor. We were putting a floor on it, and the floor it hasn't gone awesome. The rabbits in the tractor with a floor wasn't my favorite combination. We're trying to figure out a better idea, maybe doing some wooden slats. It got through it, worked all right, but it does make it a bit of a nightmare to move the chicken tractor. The chicken tractor that we had the chickens in, we did not put a floor on, and those 2 with the chickens in it, that's working fantastic. So newsflash, John Siskovich chicken tractors work awesome for chickens. And we're going to be playing around with different ideas for doing the rabbits in the tractor. We just had a big rabbit processing day yesterday or the day before, and that went really good. We put 15 rabbits in the freezer. They're growing fantastic out on grass. We're going through very little feed and still getting nice sized rabbits at the end. Good tasting. Everything's going nicely. So yeah, been enjoying our chicken tractors and going to be adding those into the pasture area behind the cows and whatever other animals we put into the field. So that's good. Doing? What was, oh, that must have been a video on, okay. It's going to be one of those nights. I guess so. Okay, in other news, I saw a couple people asking about the camel train. We did sell out the camel train, and I announced that I had a couple spots that a couple spots that were still open at the end of the camel train, and they sold out very quickly. So I just wanted to say thank you, and we will have a couple more camel train shout outs on our next upcoming videos. We just got a super chat from Ben. Thank you, Ben. He says Bitcoin is still half off, longest sale ever. I am right there with you, Ben. This Bitcoin sale, I'm ready for it to be over. Hodling for almost 3 years now. We'll see. Thanks for the super chat, Ben. Ben's been a long time supporter of Homesteady. I love when Ben stops by on the live streams. So, and Ben was asking not too long ago about us selling cows. We are going to, in the upcoming videos in the upcoming weeks, we're going to be preparing for a huge chicken processing day. We got some chicken processing that's planned. We got the 80 birds. We are going to butcher our own. We haven't done chicken processing on a large scale heat in our channel and on our homestead for years. But this year we're bringing it back. We have 80 birds to do the first day, and then we have 100 birds to do for our next processing. So stay tuned for that. You're going to see us setting up for chicken processing. You're going to see our layout, what we're using. We've upgraded some equipment this year from what we used to do. So you'll see we have plenty of videos showing, the homestead version and the slightly upgraded version. And now we're going to be doing a bit more of a commercial style setup, not like, a USDA inspected facility, but something you could operate a couple hundred birds to 1,000 birds a year out of. And if you wanted to sell some, chicken direct sales, that sort of thing, you'll be seeing a little bit more of that. I have begun work on a new farm business, which you'll be learning about in the upcoming videos. I'm not going to say much more about that, but it was only a matter of time before I started a new farm business, and it is starting. So stay tuned for that. A lot of big news there. And then, let's see. What else did I want to cover tonight? We have a couple huge changes coming to the homestead, and I can't talk too much more about them, but I'm not going to leave you hanging for very long. Tomorrow we're going to do a good update video where you'll get to see some of the things that have happened with the camels, what's happened with the sheep, and a couple other things that's just the goings on. And then the next video that we put out, we're going to be announcing, it's one of the biggest changes to our homestead. Other than moving and like having kids, it's not having more kids and it's not moving. But it is a big thing that's happening. And it's one of those things that happens with farming. And I don't want to go too much further with it. Just suffice it to say, the reason I did this live stream tonight was to make sure you out there started watching the channel again, because you're not going to want to miss the videos that come out this week. You're going to want to stay up to date on these things, and make sure you're on our email list, because when these big videos come out, I will make sure everyone on the email list knows that they're out. And I will put a link to our email list right in the chat box right now. You can go to thisishomesteady.com, and right on the homepage there's a button that says join us, and join that way, or you can just click the link, boom, right there in the chat box, and you can join us to get our emails. Make sure you catch these big videos that are coming out. We just got a question. Are you ever going to do daily videos again? What do you find the ideal frequency? Great question. I will not do 7 days a week videos probably ever again. Probably ever again, ever. Just because I really like to produce, a good quality content. I don't just roll tape. And I find to make good stuff for a long duration, it's harder the more you put out. So really, we have found the sweet spot at Homesteady to be somewhere around 3 videos a week. So like an every other day kind of thing. And then you skip an extra day there because it's 7 days in a week. So what to expect coming out this week? We're going to start tomorrow, I believe, will be our first video out. And I think it'll be kind of like Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. We were talking about the Homesteady Coffee Break and the Homesteady Ask Homesteady. Those were features of the daily videos that I wasn't sure if I was going to do or take away. They were very, very popular. People like the coffee talks. People really love Ask Homesteady. So I think what we're going to do is we might alternate. We're going to have Ask Homesteady and then we're going to have Coffee Talk. And those will probably come out on the weekend. That's when I was releasing those. We'll still have our podcast come out, our video interview, which you can find, and then we'll have our vlog. So it'll be like a vlog, a podcast, an Ask Homesteady, a vlog, a podcast, Coffee Talk, and we'll kind of find a rhythm there. In the future, maybe we'll up it a little bit from there, depending on one of these days I could hire myself an editor to help me get more content out. Maybe we could go that route. But for now, I think we'll probably do something like 3 a week, and that's what you can expect in the weeks coming ahead. We have a lot of big projects and big things that are happening in addition to the fencing project. And the nice thing about not doing a daily video is I can do a little bit more on the farm. It frees me up to actually get some work done on the farm, which allows me to show some progress on the channel, things that are happening, and not just doing the chores every single day. So that's what you can expect in the upcoming months. Once a month coffee talk for recap of the month and upcoming projects, Guardian Grove Homestead suggests. I thought that was a great idea. Great idea. And go check out our friends Guardian Grove Homestead. Go check out what they're doing, what they're up to. Cindy B says, glad you're back, Oz. Thanks, Cindy. Glad to be back. And I did see there was one question that I thought we could help Dylan out. He says he picked up his chicks from the post office. They arrived dead. What would be the reasons? I need help from Wisconsin. So Dylan, the reasons are something went wrong in shipping. Either they got delayed somewhere and they got too hot or too cold wherever they were. It took too long. We've had this happen. We've had chicks arrive dead because of cold. This time of year, it probably was just they got delayed, and it's hard for chicks to overheat because they're supposed to be a 90-degree plus temperature at first, but it might have just been too long. So Dylan, the best thing you can do is contact the hatchery, tell them, hey, all these chicks arrived dead, and what they're going to do is they're going to refund you and they're going to send you more chicks. They better do that, but that's always what's happened to us. They've always done that for us. They understand. Sometimes there's mistakes in the delivery. We've only ever had it happen the cold time of year. There was once we had it happen where a snowstorm blew in and it delayed the delivery, and we got a box full of dead chicks. And that, nothing worse or more depressing than a box full of dead chicks in the mail. And the worst part is once you pick it up from the post office, it's like, all right, what do I do now? The post office is like, nope, no backsies. We don't want all those dead chicks. So Heather wants to know, they're about to butcher chickens for the first time this week. Any words of wisdom? That is a good question. I actually got an email like that not too long ago. And any words of wisdom? You're butchering chickens, Heather. So I don't know how many you're butchering. Let me know in the chat box. Words of wisdom are set up the day before or even sooner. Make sure you're all set up. Don't start setting up the day of, because it takes longer than you think to get everything set up. And then your day's gone and you're going too late and you're frustrated. So set up early. Remember that every animal dies. So the fact that yours had a wonderful life and a quick death is a nice thing for your animals and a wonderful way to feed your family. And make sure that your scalding water is the right temperature, because that makes life really easy and figure out some way to pluck better than just holding a chicken with one hand and plucking with the other. Even if it's as simple as just tying a leg up to a post or a nail in a tree so you have two hands to pluck with. Find yourself a drill bit plucker. Those work on a smaller scale operation, or find yourself a plucking machine like we're looking into getting for our big butcher day. So hope that helps, Heather. She's doing just 7. Okay, so you'll probably, with just 7, you'll probably be doing hand plucking. You can totally do it, hand plucking 7 of them. Still take a little while. But yeah, start early and just get the first one's the hardest one. That's a good thing. It's good if it's hard to do. If it's not hard to kill an animal, you're probably a sociopath and you should get that checked out. But once you get past the first one, it gets easier, and it's a great way to feed your family, and everything dies. So at least this animal is going to die a quick, painless death and feed your family. So that's a thumbs up there. Hope that helps, Heather. All right, everybody. Kind of an impromptu, just saying hello, we're back, and what you can expect show. You do not want to miss what's coming this week. It's... I'm going to let a little more out of the bag here because you stayed around to the end of this live stream. It's not great. It's not great. So there's some news coming that's not great. And join my email list so you don't miss out on it. And we will have a lot to talk about. I'm going to be wishing I had a daily video just to deal with all the changes and things we're doing because of this. So don't miss this week's videos. A lot's going to happen, and you're going to want to make sure you're on that email list, so as soon as that video is live, you don't miss it. So link in the chat box. I'll put it here again. If you're still here, check the chat box. Sign up to our email list. And make sure that when you sign up to that email list, if you want to take our Start Homesteading Today course, it's a free course. Fill out the survey, and you'll gain access to our free Start Homesteading Today video course, which will keep you busy while you're waiting for our new videos to come out this week. Thank you so much for joining me for this impromptu quick show, and we'll have some good shows out for you this week that you can enjoy. We'll see you later this week.